Hey guys, I'm Jeff. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, it's great to have you. Today, we're going to talk about 3 stocks. And right here, I have a ring to symbolize the 3 parts of this video that we're going to do. The first stock I want to talk about is Camtek. Now, this is a stock that I bought yesterday. It was a crazy kind of position for me to enter. Earnings would be released at the end of the day yesterday. And I am not really used to buying stocks right before earnings. I just don't usually time it that way. But I wanted to buy this stock on August 1st, which is coming up. It's probably August 1st or after when you're watching this. And I didn't want to risk this stock just rocketing up, right on the day that I bought it. So I wound up deciding to buy it yesterday. The stock was actually available at a really cheap price yesterday. It was around $94 a share. I think I bought mine at $94.33. And then they announced really good earnings after hours, and the stock just shot up today. I don't exactly remember. I think it was up $10.94 today, which was about 11.6%. And, that brought the stock up to like 105 a share. And then in after hours today, it's up another, I think, 3%. So this stock, Camtek, is up about 15% since I bought in yesterday. So that worked out well. I was a little bit nervous because I wanted to put $2,000 into this stock, which is TransMedics Group. I should switch because this is the second part of this video. And for the second part, we're using a whisk. All right. Whisk away. So the second stock I want to talk about is TransMedics Group, TMDX. And TransMedics was announcing their earnings after the close of the market today. And today is the 31st of July, 2024. And so I wanted to buy the stock, but there was a bit of fear on this one too, because earnings get announced and you never know. They could be off by a few cents or a dime, and if Wall Street doesn't like it, or if retail investors thought they should beat by more, the stock can just drop 10, 15, 20%. 20% is kind of extreme, but a stock could drop 10% right away. And I was looking to put about $2,000 into TransMedics Group. I really like this company. I've done a video about it in the past. And it's one of these things where I really wanted to buy this position, but I was a little bit fearful of buying it and having the stock in after hours just drop like a stone. So what I did was I placed an order. Fortunately, it filled. I think I'm just going on memory here. I think I placed the order. Oh, yeah. So I bought this stock today. I bought 15 shares. It was at $140.56 when I bought it. It really hadn't gone up much. It had maybe gone up 1 or 2% today, and I felt kind of fortunate that I was able to get in without it just, jumping right before going into earnings. In any case, to me, $2,000 is a really big investment for me. This light blue part, now we're talking about TransMedics Group. So TransMedics Group, the light blue, they reported their earnings. I'm just going to read to you a little bit. These are like the keys, but I think as investors, this is the kind of thing that I think can lead us towards successful companies. Last quarter, they had a really good earnings report. And I'm just going to read you a brief part here. Recent highlights. Total revenue of $114.3 million in the second quarter of 2024, a 118% increase compared to the second quarter of 2023. Then they also said they owned 15 total aircraft as of June 30th, 2024, and they purchased 2 additional aircraft in July of 2024. So that's this month. So just looking at that right there, they buy these aircraft to help them to transport livers, heart, and lung throughout the United States and to get these tissues to the recipient bodies for transplantation. And so for them to be in the financial position that they're able to actually purchase these planes is a phenomenal sign. And, I don't have to spend, 20 or 30 hours analyzing a company's annual report and their financial statements. This is a company that is already profitable. The CEO is smart and he is dedicated to growing this company. And the first quarter was really a big success. And so my thesis going into this is that the second quarter, if it's anything close to the first, they're going to do really well. So that's why I didn't have any fear going into this position. I was a little bit hesitant because you don't know how the market's going to react. Investors are kind of fickle, they get emotional, and if the earnings had come in at $98 million instead of 14.3, they might have sold. But in this case, it looked like the stock TMDX is doing well in after hours. Have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow or next week or next month, but this is a company I plan to hold for year, 5 years, maybe 10 years or longer if the story keeps unfolding. Right after I purchased this stock this afternoon, it was a little bit afternoon today, maybe 12:30 in the afternoon. This is West Coast time. What I did was I went and I placed a trailing stop loss order, and it just said if this stock goes down 20%, sell it. And I do that because anything can happen in markets. We've all been in situations where you buy a stock, maybe you enter a trade thinking that this is going to go up, and you didn't understand something, you get blindsided, the story changed, investors get emotional, and the stock drops a lot. And then you spend the rest of your day, week, month wondering, should I sell this? Is it going to come back? You wind up waiting around, and then you get emotional about the stock. So I'm done with that kind of thinking, and now as soon as I buy one of the stocks in this ANDO portfolio, it's a fictional ETF I made up, Animal Donut, ANDO, see, Animal Donut. What I do is I just place this trailing stop loss. It's like an insurance policy. It protects on the downside. If things go well with the stock price and it doesn't dive 20%, then you're still an owner. I have been stopped out of a couple of positions so far this year. Probably wish that I had held them longer, but that's the nature of the beast. You protect on the downside, but if there's a lot of volatility, you might get stopped out. So let's go on to part 3. This part right here. So this part right here is going to represent perhaps my favorite stock right now that I may or may not buy, and that is Monolithic Power Systems, MPWR. And this is a company that I need to do a video on this because I really like this company. It's doing so many things right, and it's a company that I want to own the stock. I don't own it yet. And again, just reminding you guys, this is me presenting my opinion and my thoughts, my ideas about stocks, about companies, but it's not financial advice. So just because I like something doesn't mean it's going to be a good investment for you or anybody else. I like this company, and I think the stock price is expensive. And so as much as I'm feeling the momentum of a couple of good trades and I'm kind of excited to be an owner, I think that sometimes, and again, maybe this is emotion working against me, but I don't have a really good reason to think that Monolithic Power is going to continue going up. I mean, this stock went up today $81.24. Okay, that was a 10.39% increase, and it's up another 2% after hours. So it's about up 12.5% in one day. And so I just feel like buying it today, I've missed so much potential upside already. By the way, I want to switch over here. All right, I'm switching over to a corkscrew as my microphone stand. There we go. Because this is a really screwy situation. Sorry about the pun. But yeah, I don't really like this because I love Monolithic Power Systems. I wish that this thing had dipped or just stayed the same. If it had just remained the same today and maybe, gone up 1, 2, 3%, I would have bought it. But up 12.5% in one day. And I think we're going to potentially have a lot more volatility before this year is over. So my hope is that this thing comes down some. I mentioned in an earlier video, anything below $800, I would be happy owning this stock. The stock was below 800, I think yesterday or the day before, but I was focused on some other trades and I just didn't commit to this one. So lesson learned. I did know where I wanted to buy it. I probably should have just bought it. So here we are at $81.24 climb in the stock price. It's well over $850 a share. And earnings are going to be tomorrow, August 1st. If you're watching this on August 1st or after, earnings are either going to happen real soon or already happened. And we'll see what happens. But I don't want to invest into this company right before earnings and some kind of surprise, and all of a sudden I undo in one trade and one giant loss, all of the good things that I've done recently. Do any of you guys play Texas Hold'em or any kind of poker? I don't play poker, but I love watching Texas Hold'em on YouTube. I love watching games, and I'm learning a lot about poker, and I think there are a lot of similarities to trading in stocks. But in Texas Hold'em, in poker, there are times when you have a really good hand, and you're tempted to just keep betting and staying in the hand, even though the pot's getting bigger and bigger. But you know that you don't necessarily have a great hand. There might be a better hand. Whoever you're going heads to heads with, or whoever you're competing with at that table, might have a better hand. And at some point, you just need to lay down your hand. You just muck it, you fold, and you live to play another hand. But you don't go all in on a hand because you feel good about it, or because you think nobody can beat these three of a kind, or something like that. So I think that Monolithic Power could be potentially one of those situations where I'm hoping that the stock keeps going up. But hoping is not a professional business-like trading strategy. Hoping is hoping. If I've learned anything from these great books by Mark Minervini, the interviews that Jack Schwager has done, or Marcel Link's book, High Probability Trading, it's that hoping that something happens is not the way that smart traders or successful traders operate. And I think with Monolithic Power, this would be me hoping that this works. So I'm going to lay down this trade with Monolithic Power at, I'm going to just check the stock price so I can give you a number. You can check it if you want. It's closed today at $863.09. And in after hours, it's up another $18.71. So in after hours, it's at $881. That's a pretty, well, it's what it is. So we'll see. I'm going to keep my eyes open. This thing went up 12.5% in one day. It could probably come down 12.5%. This is teaching me to be patient. It's teaching me that sometimes you can't have everything you want in the market go your way. And I'd rather sit out a hand. I'd rather let Monolithic Power Systems have a great earnings release and the stock continue to go up, and me not participate perhaps, than kind of jump in on hope and then wind up realizing that I didn't know what I was doing. I don't really know what would drive this company to an excellent quarter. Fortunately, it looks like I might be able to buy Axsome Therapeutics, and that's AXSM. I love this company. I did a video about it earlier. The CEO, Erio Tabuto, is really a smart guy. It looks like this company may become profitable this year, and their drug pipeline is really promising. And there are a lot of things with pharmaceutical or biotech companies that are risky because a lot of times the success of the stock is based on approval of drugs, and this can be highly speculative. So I realize that this particular investment is a little bit risky, but I think in this case, and again, this is my own personal opinion, it's not investment advice. I think in this case, the probability is on my side. I think I have a better chance than not of this particular company succeeding. And if the company succeeds, my belief is that the stock price should follow. So that is my report for today. Always love to hear from you, so comment away below anything that crosses your mind, anything you're thinking about. And before I leave you guys today, just a reminder, please like this video if you liked it. I don't have a pillow that says subscribe, but I'm guessing many of you guys are already subscribed to the channel. And if you're not, what are you waiting for? We talk about small cap stocks, semiconductor stocks, and ETFs. So if you're an investor or a trader and you like getting new stock ideas or learning about what's going on in the market today with semiconductors or biotech companies or energy companies, this is the place you need to go. So thank you so much for stopping by today and sharing this time. Really like hearing from you guys in the comments. So just drop a comment below, anything that's crossing your mind. Have you ever invested in TransMedics Group, Axsome Therapeutics, Monolithic Power, or Camtek? And if you're not a subscriber, what brought you to this video? Did it just show up in your feed, or were you searching for something on YouTube? Let me know down below. Just put in a few words. So glad you stopped by. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.